Go. Our group consists of Devish Patel, Arslan, Shahid, and Emmanuel Sefa. And our topic is mobile technology and wireless sensor. Introduction. We are able to perform transactions and stay connected with one another, and problem of many other computing operations with a matter of few clicks. Look, a smartphone have risen to prominence over the past 2 decades. Mobile technology and wireless sensors have allowed for a new way of communication. Wireless sensors have come to use in many different ways, and both have positive and negative. Both mobile technology and wireless sensors have security concerns. A wireless sensor can be defined as characterized as a little scope gathering hub and a sensor utilized for observing, sense, and catching and handling the information around an application. Wireless sensor network system can be found in different ways, both military and citizen applications around the world. Wireless sensors are widely used in many mobile technology. A large varieties of sensors, mobile technology, a large varieties of sensors are used in mobile technology. Each sensor has a specific job in mobile technology. A wireless sensor and mobile technology is implemented within many different fields, such as healthcare, law enforcement, and government. In an article, Wireless Sensor Networks, Internet of Things, and Their Challenges, the expression of Internet of Things speak generally wide and advancement of research, and it enables web clients to associate the universe with physical things. Internet of Things faces different issues like validation, recognizable proof, accessibility, security, protection, and social specialized trust framework, STTS. We believe Internet of Things is presently one of the main mechanical ideas where clients and items are interconnected, utilizing wire and remote interventions such as wireless sensor, ZigBee, NFC, RFD, GRS, LTS, and Bluetooth. In the article, an overview of wireless sensor network application and security, we see how wireless sensor network is a remote system comprising of spatially conveyed self-governing gadgets that utilizes sensor to screen physical and ecological conditions. These self-gadgets are hubs joined with switches and entryway to make common wireless sensor network framework. We believe the conspicuous preferred position of a remote transmission is a critical and improvement in wiring bundle. Numerous correspondence advancements have been made to support these claims, such as either Bluetooth and ZigBee, GSM/GPRC. These days, a sort of continuous framework within different sensor associates are the same to one door unit become vital, and they are changed into wireless sensor network system.
Hey guys, it's Arslan, Shahid. I'm gonna continue from here, and I'm gonna talk on the use of mobile technology and sensors in the healthcare and wellness field. In the article that we read, it's called the Managing Health with Mobile Technology. We see a lot of devices nowadays. Users use like Fitbits, Apple Watch, and Nike band watches. They can be connected to the cell phones of the user, and then they can get the data while they walk or they sit or they stand or they climb different floors. It can collect the data pretty much accurately. It has different sensors to detect those moments. The physical inactivity and poor diets and smoking and other things, these things are still not detectable by these watches or these smart things. But there are still they are still working on these things as well. So these chronic conditions directly impact human suffering and healthcare expenditures. Okay. And we believe that implementing wireless sensors in mobile technology will only help strengthen communication, user experience, and providing real-time feedback. So it's a pretty good thing to have those things with us. And mobile technology and wireless sensor definitely plays a major role in promoting healthcare and wellness, and being able to keep track of our health and wellness records on our smartphones allow us to know whether what we need to do with ourselves, what our goals are, what our body goals are. And we definitely believe in mobile technology is a promising tool for timely and scalable support of wellness activities and continuity of patient care outside the clinic as well. So they can keep track on their things on their own. They don't need to run to doctor every time. And wireless sensors and mobile technology, it's not just the outside doctor's office, but it's also implemented in various portable medical equipments as well. If we, as we seen in the article A of the sensor cloud architecture for healthcare applications. They say the emergence of portable medical instruments that connect to mobile phones, such as ultrasound devices and electrocardiograms, makes it possible to significantly increase access to high quality care in rural and unprivileged communities, like where people don't have enough resources like internet and some other services or hospital services. They just have the basic things over there. So with the help of technology and sensors, they can do that as well. They can work on that. They can just go with the pocket-sized smartphone instruments and then get them connected to and send them over, and then connect with a video call and check whatever is happening with the person. And the another article we saw while doing this research was the honeypot framework. In the article Honeypot Framework for Wireless Sensor Networks, they talk about how wireless sensors can be used as detect and intercept intrusions by the attackers. Like if somebody wants to attack on a network or on any device, they can also use those sensors to do the attack. They can do the intrusion, they can intercept the traffic, and then they can do the attack. So the detection part is developed within an Atmel microcontroller environment. When the honeypot nodes are up and running and the individual nodes are reporting to the central component of the network, then a basic honeypot functionality is achieved. This detection will determine any misuse of the doctor as a part of the honeypot. This will be done according to different levels of interaction. The misuse detected will be differentiated and reacted upon correspondingly. And this is uh, an example of an honeypot. So if an attacker wants to try to gain try to gaining the access, he has to go through different routers. Like the honeypot is separate from the regular network. If he want to see something, there will be some dummy stuff in that honeypot, and he will be there. He will not be routed to the main server or the things. And they believe that implementing this design will help in catching attacks such as man in the middle attack, replay, garbage, eavesdropping, and denial of service. Since this architecture has the potential to be implemented on a larger scale with some more work, we believe that the network should be tested outside the Zigbee network and performing various types of attacks to see what attacks can be detected and which attacks are able to get through undetected should be tested. And we also believe it should be shown how the results differ in different environments and attacks. And another article that we went through while doing our research was the detecting crowd flow and location. Uh, Along with locating a person, wireless sensors can be able to accurately detect crowd flow as seen in the article, using mobile sensing technology for capturing people mobility information. In this article, the authors proposes a Bluetooth scanning client server system to obtain crowd information. They propose the system is able to detect any area without having to pre-deploy any technology. When that application on the smartphone starts working, it will scan the surrounding devices for surrounding Bluetooth devices in BLE mode, then upload the device information to a server every 10 seconds. So whatever information is collected, it's sent to the server every 10 seconds. It's connected to the server, and the message includes the timestamps, the location the location, the RSSI value, and the media access control address, the MAC address of the scanned Bluetooth device. And here in the figure below, they have an example how this thing is done. So the Bluetooth device, the one that you can say uh, admin device, you can say, when it goes in the crowd, it starts scanning, it collects the timestamps, MAC address, RSSI value, and the location, and then send it to an A server via HTTP, and then get it back with HTTP GET method. And when the application on the smartphone starts working, it will scan the surrounding Bluetooth devices in BLE mode. Uh, sorry, I guess it's repeated. Sorry about that. Okay, and we believe that the device information will be uploaded to the server every 10 seconds. It will allow for almost real-time information, since the information being uploaded to the server includes the timestamp, location, and the RSSI value and the MAC address. The crowd flow can be easily determined. And along with the crowd flow, individuals can also be located through this information. And we believe that this technology can be very useful for law enforcement, because it will help them locate a person in a very easy way. They can simply detect them with the Bluetooth. And however, if the information on the server were to have gained access by an outsider, they can misuse that information for their advantage, knowing where a person physically is, and can perform attacks on them, like cyber attacks. And I'll pass it on to my buddy now, Devish.
Hey guys. So now I'm going to be talking about the fault tolerance and wireless sensors. And one of the articles we looked at was repairing sensor strategies in fault tolerant wireless networks. The authors show how a number of robots can be very helpful in handling failures which may occur in wireless sensor networks. Since we saw earlier when Arslan and Emmanual talked about how these sensors are very important, can be vital in the healthcare field, in crowd flow, locating people, you want to make sure they never go down. So the authors proposed a way that the wireless sensor networks will continuously run, and this goal will be achieved by computing energy that is consumed by the sensor. So what this article pretty much showed was the average repair time decreases with the more number of robots that are implemented. Higher number of robots, obviously repair time is faster and dysfunction time is lower. And that's very important to have. As I said earlier, you want to avoid any disruptions. You don't want anything shutting down. So we believe both of the models which the authors introduced can definitely be implemented throughout many wireless sensor technology fields, and without the sensors failing. This avoids having to repair sensors every time they fail, or creating new nodes when nodes go bad, or just, all the little stuff. It's very, very easy to anticipate when the energy failures will happen, so you can replace them beforehand. So in mobile technology, it's very complex, as we know, and there are many sensors throughout mobile smartphones today, and users allow access to all of these sensors or most of these sensors to when they download applications, and these applications request permission to certain sensors which the users might not realize. So here's a list of some of the sensors which are there, you know, orientation, gravity, humidity, linear, and so on, as we know. And this is just a very, very nice piece of information. We found how all this, the Android and iOS and the W3C, how the permissions policies work on them. The checkpoint means the permission is required by the user to allow access to any of the sensors. The X's mean no permission is required, and NA means it's not applicable. So one of the things we saw was the average number of permissions used by Android apps increases over time, especially in the popular and free apps. These permissions are requested from having access to operating system resources such as contacts, files, as well as sensors as GPS and microphone. This has the potential to make apps overprivileged and unnecessarily increase the attack surface. And some of the ways we found how these sensors can be accessed is by writing native code using mobile operating system APIs, recompiling HTML5 codes into a native app, using standard APIs provided by the W3C, in which they're accessible through JavaScript code within the mobile browser. So these are some ways that attackers can find the loophole. And we believe applications having two sensors and a user's mobile can be very dangerous. Attackers can easily find loopholes nowadays, and this can lead to anything malicious activity occurring without the user's knowledge. So we believe that some of the most, I guess, targeted sensors could be the motion and orientation sensors, and they can be exploited through the installed applications. The user will not know the attacker has gained information to these sensors. It will reveal information such as like phone call timing, physical activities of a person, and it will also reveal touch actions of the user, like the clicks, the holds, the scrolling, the zooming. So this eventually will lead to the attacker figuring out the PIN code to the person's phone. And we believe, obviously, no application should give more privileges than it's required. Fitness applications don't need access to biometric sensors, you know? So it's one of those things where everyone should use common sense. Unknown applications should not be downloaded without doing research. They can be harmful. And this theory holds true also in the mobile technology case. Users need to be educated on application privileges and how sensors are being accessed by applications. And we think that user education is one of the biggest aspects of preventing malicious actions. So the sensing technology combined with processing power and wireless communication makes it a lucrative and exploited in abundance in its future. Many applications of wireless sensor networks include military, health, environmental, water, industries, home, agriculture, and so on, as we saw throughout the various PowerPoints. So the use of mobile technology and wireless sensors can be helpful, but also harmful if the proper steps are not taken. Users are not educated, as we saw. And I believe that's it. Yeah, those are our references. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.